I went to see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie with my sister last night, finally, and it was good fun. I'm glad it was PG-13 rather than something like PG, and they kept it dark to match the source material, with things like bleeding and grim implications, unlike the arbitrary censorship of the games like Security Breach. Some people wanted it to be R, but most of the games don't even have ESRB ratings, and the ones that do are T, not even going into M territory. The movie has a lot of the usual horror film tropes and is primarily based on the first game while borrowing elements from later games and the books. I'd say the tone and writing of the movie remind me of Mega Snake, Joker, Fractured, Twisted Metal Black, Malignant, and Child's Play 2019. The cinematography, acting, kills, sound design, lighting, score, and lore were well done. It relies very minimally on jump scares and uses them more classically, being in tandem with chase or hide and seek sequences. The killer mask with spinning saw blades was actually a cool deviation from the original game, which made a point of saying that the animatronics would stuff you into a Fazbear suit if they caught you, much like the killer did to them, and it wasn't compatible with the human body, so your eyeballs would pop out. A lot of the kills are implied, much like the games themselves, with cutaways or very little shown on screen to make it perhaps scarier than if it was fully shown. I had a nice hearty chuckle at someone getting bitten in half and whispered to my sister, "Is this the bite of 2000 something?" She and I are, of course, really into the lore of the franchise, and although I appreciate the actual game aspect, she finds that part boring. IGN had criticized the movie for being too lore heavy on the day it opened, saying people would rather just go play the games, but I actually like that aspect. Probably the funniest parts of the movie were more comedic jump scares, like the Balloon Boy trinket or the cab scene, which was also in the trailer. Some people hate the characterization of the animatronics, Mike Schmidt, Vanessa, or William Afton, compared to the games and books, but I like how they were handled. I'm disappointed that the movie didn't establish the names of the dead children possessing the animatronics like the games did, or have a Golden Freddy slash Fredbear jump scare after the credits just to troll the audience. Though the mid credits scene was funny. Overall, I'd say the movie is cheesy, dark, serious, gripping, comedic, and well made. I give it a 9 out of 10. Creator Scott Cawthon himself was even a producer and showed up on set one day as a surprise VIP. MatPat even has a cameo as a waiter named Ness in reference to his Ness Sans Earthbound Undertale theory, not any FNAF characters like Vanny or Vanessa, which Scott was very proud of. MatPat even has his "just a theory" catchphrase in a very natural way that works with the cadence of the scene. I'm a little disappointed Markiplier didn't end up being the other night guard at the beginning as another fun cameo, but that scene was very well made regardless. Matthew Lillard played William Afton, which isn't something I expected, but it was awesome and a nice deviation from characters like Shaggy Rogers in later Scooby Doo material. I wonder how many people see the movie and aren't familiar with the franchise. It definitely had that indie feel, what with being produced by Blumhouse, although Universal was also a part of it, and it's definitely one of their better video game IP movies, unlike both Doom movies. Definitely worth the long wait. I was 16 when FNAF originally came out in August 2014, and I'm 25 now. I even used Multimedia Fusion in high school game design classes, and Scott Cawthon used QuickTeam Fusion 2.5, so I figured the game's not having things like options menus or pressing escape, just quitting the game were limitations of the engine. But yeah, if you're gonna see the movie, I would highly recommend going to see it in the theater because, or if you see it on Peacock, I recommend good headphones or speakers because seeing it with just cheap built-in tinny speakers really doesn't do the sound design justice, or the music for that matter. And obviously, any potential jump scares would be less effective. So yeah, definitely go see it. Give it a shot, especially if you're a fan of the franchise. That's it.